Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Dating is Hard podcast. I am your host, Joe Welkie. For everything you need to know about the show, you can go to datingisHardComedy.com, follow the Instagram at datingisHardComedy, or follow me on Instagram at Joe Welkie. That's where I post all the updates about the show. If you could please like, share, subscribe, rate, and review this bad boy, that'd be awesome. At the time of this recording, it looks like I'm at 91 ratings, trying to get to 100. So please go to Apple Podcasts, give that bad boy a 5-star. And if you got extra time, leave a review, leave nice things for other people to read, for me to read, and make everybody feel warm and fuzzy inside. This show is about dating and relationships and sex and love and all that good stuff. And today's guest is a super awesome person that I go way back with. It's a little different than the dating app thing that I usually do. But hey, coronavirus. Not a lot of people are wanting to meet up. So I'm sprinkling in a couple of friends for the time being. And I think you're going to really love this episode. So please enjoy my chat with Courtney Nelms. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dating is Hard podcast. I'm your host, Joe Welkie. What the show normally is about is I interview people from dating apps I've never met before, but today's a little bit different. I got a longtime, super awesome friend of mine, a hilarious comedian, a great actress. So I would like to welcome to the show Courtney Nelms.
Thank you.
What's up, Nelms?
Honestly, not much.
Yeah, we all know that it's not much going on.
So as you know, I'm healthy.
Yes. So backstory here, Courtney and I went to college together, and we were in a sketch comedy group with a former guest of the show, Eric Owusu. And we're all out here in LA. But the fun thing about Courtney that is unlike every other guest that I've had on here is you've been in a relationship with the same person since I've known you.
Yes, the dreaded monogamy.
So you are like out of the dating is hard world.
Yeah.
Now you're in marriage is hard.
Yeah, exactly. That is what it is now.
So wait, how long have you been with your wife?
12 years since April.
God, 12 years in April.
Yeah.
So you completely missed the whole dating apps game.
Yeah, that was the weird part for me. I also missed when they started putting like Trojans in gold wrappers. That made me sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I missed that. Like, there was a cool fad for that, and I couldn't even use them anymore. I just feel like everything got cooler, like, after I dropped out of it. And I felt like that's kind of lame, but...
Wait, what are you talking about? They got in gold, like Magnums?
Well, Magnums were always existed, but Trojans for a little while started making this, like, special brand that was, like, in a gold wrapper, and I was just like, that is so cool. I would totally...
I think I have those.
Like, I'd had more sex if I was getting those, but...
Yeah, the ones that I have, like, they're called Skin. And I think that they're Trojan.
Okay.
But they come in a gold wrapper, but they are like they're for people that if they're allergic to latex, then you can use them, so you don't have to.
Hey.
And the only reason I knew that is because I dated a girl that was allergic to latex.
Yeah, one of my homies was. I won't out her, but one of my homies was, and so yeah, I know she has to have stuff like that. Or
yeah, that's the only reason why I knew that. And then that's the only condoms that I will buy now because I'm not gonna not have sex because somebody's allergic to it.
Right. All inclusive.
Yeah.
All inclusive.
It's fucking... It's just like, you're not gonna get away. You're like, oh, I can't. I'm allergic to latex. I'm like,
He was like, oh, that's too bad because I don't have any, baby.
There ain't no latex here, girl.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not about to like not fuck because of an allergy. You know what I'm saying? Then she has to be like, well, I'm also allergic to dick.
Right, you'd have to say that now. At that rate, you'd have a whole nother discussion. But no, everything I felt like got cooler. Like dating apps did not exist. So like eHarmony, I think was just starting to come out.
I remember my senior year of college is when I first got on like OkCupid.
Okay.
And I was up in that DC game. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was why I jumped out of the dating game so quickly, was having DC as my option. I think that's what did it.
So before you met the one, you have any wild and fucking crazy times going on in the dating world?
Yeah. I think that's what chased me into marriage so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta think of which one, honestly, out of categories. Just, I dealt with a lot of just people moving too quickly. Like, I would express, like, maybe the tiniest bit of interest or flirtation, and people would immediately move to, like, so how do your pants come off? Like, you know, like, this so quickly that, like, it would just kind of turn things off. Like, I mean, I could be ratchet, and I could be real thoughty back in the day, but it just, if it was just too... If you were too jumpy about it, that just really turned nipple soft.
Yeah.
For me. So
yeah,
I had a lot more like fail to launch situations than successful ones.
Okay. Yeah. I always am talking about, like, I don't understand how guys aren't more suave about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like people on apps are always just like, yeah, the first message I get is like, send me nudes. Like, bro, you gotta fucking finesse this a little bit.
Like, okay, so here's a rough one. Like, there was a guy in college that I was like mega into. Like, me and like this other girl definitely would talk about how cute he was, like, all the time. Even to the point where we were like, no, we would share this dude. Like, he is that cute. We would take turns, same room, on this dude, right? And it got to the point where we literally told him that. Like, we were just like, yeah, we would do this with you. And he was like, oh, for real? Like, so we started kind of contemplating scheduling this actually happening, but it kind of like would fall off here and there. And then one night I went to the bar, and it happened to be his birthday. And so he's really drunk. I'm there with, like, it's me, this girl, and my brother. And he walks up and is like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm just like, hey, man, how's it going? And he immediately just starts talking about just different positions me and this girl could be laid out in while my brother's standing right behind me. So my brother just flips me around like, do you know this guy? And I'm just like, yeah, no, sorry, he's drunk. It's his birthday. Blah, blah. Just blew up the whole spot. Like, everything we were about to do.
God damn, dude.
Just ruined the whole thing.
He's like, hey, what's up, Courtney? How's it going? So anyway, I was thinking you could be riding me while this chick is, like, on top of my face.
And I was just like, couldn't we have, like, that could have been a text.
Yeah.
That would have been a great text.
That could have been a text.
That would have been a great text. But not a great conversation with my brother, like, 3 inches from me.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking... Did he know that it was you? Were you like, hey, what's up? This is my brother? Or
I didn't get a chance. You know, it happened all so fast.
Jesus. Yeah.
I had so many more of those. Like, I had one moment where I was at a house party, and this was even earlier in college, but I went back home for this. And it was... there was this girl that went to my high school, and everyone's like, oh, this girl, she likes you, man. Like, you guys might, like, hook up if you're at this party, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't really into that drama, but I was like, we'll see. You know, just, you know, a little ratchet.
Open to the
right, you know, I do hood rat stuff, so, like, let me try it. So I go to this party, you know, I'm just hanging out with folks, talk to this girl a little bit here and there. At the end of the night, it's my friend's house, so he said that, like, I could sleep there, and, like, a buddy of mine could sleep there, and that she could sleep there. And we're all kind of, like, stuck out on this couch in his living room. Slowly in the night, like, I feel like somebody, like, you know, rub up on my hip a little bit. So I'm like, okay, here it goes, right? So... Game on. Yeah, like, you know, I'm on the left, you know, little bitty's in the middle, and my homeboy's on the far end, and our hands meet on her.
You and your buddy?
Me and my friend,
okay.
Yeah. So we... kind of pull away real quick, and we're like, hey, we're gonna go get a cigarette real quick and just step outside. And we're talking about, like, yeah, so was that your hit? Yes, that was. Okay, yeah, that was my, okay. And she seems totally fine with that. Yeah, is this how these happen? People don't talk? Like, you know, we kind of just, we were having just kind of a mini panic attack between the two of us. And then, but my buddy and I were just kind of like, no, we're kind of like siblings. Like, that's not really something we could do. But, like, him being a dude just even made it worse and just goes, I mean, like, I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to rock, paper, scissors
can just have
over a female. Yeah, like, I'm like, bro, I'll just go to my car, dude. Like, okay.
Did he hook up with her?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, definitely did. Good thing I went to my car because it turned out to be a very tumultuous on and off situation for them.
Oh, no.
For about 6 months after. So, dodged a bullet.
That's so fucking funny. So have you ever had a threesome?
No, I've been offered many. And then
because I remember in the sketch group that we were in, that was like the thing with one of the guys that was in it. Fucking gonna out him, Josh.
And see that. Yeah,
he's always like, "Say, remember if you ever have a
worse
fucking."
for him because his wasn't even like a failure to launch. Like with all these other stories, like I guess like me and my partner had been together for maybe like 8 months or so, or like a year or something. By then, it was like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And he's going like, yeah, can we do this and this? And like, we're getting pretty serious. And we're like, that probably wouldn't be the smartest thing for the security of our situation right now. And he's just like, oh, that's bullshit. That's bull. I'm like, no, we're just being mature adults. Like at this rate, there's not any of that going down.
Yeah, I just remember him constantly bringing it up, being like, remember, if you ever are gonna have a three-way with a guy, it's gotta be me.
Yeah, it was that, or dudes going like, I mean, so when you're ready for kids, you just let me know. I'm like, who said I wanted your genes? Like,
I got the seed that you need,
I'm
baby.
like, you know it's gonna look like you, right? I'm sorry, I guess they didn't think that part through. I did. I practice eugenics around this point. That's why it's so quiet down there.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. I only had one threesome, and it was very planned out. It wasn't like we're at a party and two hands meet, and then it's just like we're doing this.
Thank you. Yeah, like adults.
Yeah. It was like I was hooking up with one girl that was, oh my god, you know the girl that I had a threesome with.
That was my Hank Hill of shock there.
You do. I'm going to type her name out on my phone really quick.
No.
You know one of the girls that I had threesome with. But anyway.
Lord. This is going to crush my friendship with this girl.
This girl right here.
Oh.
Yeah, she was one of them. So it was like I was hooking up with this one girl, and she was like, I'd be open to have a threesome. And I was like, okay, cool. And then me and this girl that you knew, we hooked up in college, and she was always like, I would love to have a threesome with you. Like, if you ever have anybody that is like interested, let me know, and we'll make this shit happen. So when this girl that I was hooking up with in New York was like, hey, I'm open to a threesome, I was like, cool, I got an interested party.
All our powers combined.
Made a Megazord, dude. a fucking sex Megazord. So, yeah, it was like, here's pictures of her, here's her number, then they were texting, and then, like, it was like pictures of everybody.
Like straight up recruiting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But, like, everybody was down, and then, like, one night, everybody just, like, it was so funny because I was in Boston at the time, and everybody was like, I'm free Sunday night. And I was driving back from Boston because I went to like a fantasy football draft. Like my guys had these guys I was in a league with had like a destination football draft. It was mad lame. So we were like driving back from Boston, and then all of a sudden they were like, we should stop off like somewhere else. And I was like, guys, no. We need to go home now. And they were like, why? It's like, because I'm having a fucking threesome tonight, and you will not ruin this for me.
You will not spoil this.
And so they're like, oh, fuck, okay, we gotta get Welkie home. So then I got home, they show up, and it was a lovely, lovely time.
Aww.
This is what I always say about it, though, and I wrote a joke about it, is like, it's hard to finish because you're concentrating on so many different things.
Okay.
You know?
It's a juggling act.
You're being pleasured, but you're also trying to please at the same time.
Right.
You know? Like, it's kind of why I feel like it's hard to come when you're 69ing. You know?
Yeah, I feel that. Definitely. Like, I mean, and that's why I understand, I guess, the way that you had your threesome? Because my issue anytime someone would ask me about threesomes is the first way I think about it, I go, whoa, too many dicks. That's like the first thing I think with that first way. Because I'm just like, I don't think I could handle all of
the devil's threesome, as they call it.
Just because, like, I enjoy rigor. But twice the rigor just sounds to me sometimes a little frightening. So I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of like a gentle, sensual threesome, but I guess they exist.
Oh yeah, they exist.
They exist.
Mine was pretty gentle and sensual.
Aww,
it was nice.
So sweet. You should have had a camera.
I wish. That would have been fucking rad. Just relive that shit forever. But anyway, I remember like the next morning, like because everybody slept over. The next morning, the one girl like gave me a blowjob while the other one was asleep, and I was like, Jesus, this feels extra dirty.
That's special.
Yeah, dude, it was rad.
That's a special time. See, yeah, no, that's one thing I also talk about is that I'm like, it's like a catch-22, because like I've missed out on a lot of like cool stuff here and there from being in a relationship for this long and from so early on in my life too. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, these people out here is untrustworthy and they're real bad at talking about themselves. And so I like at the same time go like, I mean, it would have been fun in maybe a single serving dating aspect. But like, I worry now if I was looking for something more legitimate, that would be harder.
What do you think is the biggest thing that you feel like you've missed out on since you've been in a relationship for 12 years now?
I mean, I guess like the only thing I can think of, and only moderately that I would miss, is just like getting to like know somebody that intimately, like knowing what like, you know, the likes and dislikes or things that make them laugh and stuff like that. That can be fun for me just because it's like an exploration kind of stage. But
I feel like you can do that with like friends.
I was gonna say you can get that with friendships. It's just harder to find even friendships nowadays too, with how crazy things have gotten. So, and that's really where the challenge is for me now, because I mean, everything else is pretty secure and like set, but like the friendship environment like is a different game nowadays than it used to be.
Really? How so?
In the sense for me that I feel like there's a lot more folks that like they either, you know, they don't necessarily want to be friends anymore, but they don't want to either have that conversation or deal with that. They'd rather it kind of just decay and separate
the
slowly.
Friendship breakup.
Yeah, you know, that weird kind of terminal illness that friendships get when people don't want to just be like, yeah, there's nothing here anymore.
Yeah, just kind of like fizzle out. And you're just
like, So like there's a bit of that going on, obviously, like, and you know, as people are moving on and having kids, like they have less time, stuff like that. So that's more the challenge now.
Yeah. So do you remember how you met your wife?
Yeah,
do you remember like where and what happened and what was like the things that were?
Yeah, I was I needed a job when I was in college. That's where the story starts. I was like, I need money, and
this lady had a lot of money.
My friend told me I could get a job as a community assistant at the freshman dorms.
Okay.
And so like what
does that do?
It was she lived there, in the freshman building. So I ended up just like, you know, drunkenly filling out some interview paperwork and getting this job a couple days later. And one of the first like 2 or 3 days of training that I had, like I had to shadow like other people who've had the job before. Mm-hmm. And one of my homies did, so I always went to work with him anyway. But this time he was just like, you're gonna come to work, you can meet my friend and his girlfriend. And I was just like, okay, fine, yeah, meet your stupid friends. Like, you know, like, I mean, like, I just was very interested in it. Like, I was more focused on this job and that situation. So I'm just, you know, chilling behind the front desk, hanging out with him. Like, we used to watch, like, DVDs on his laptop through that time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, this dude walks in, his homie, and then she walks in, and I'm already just dead. I'm like, whoa, yeah, you know, just kind of, like, trying to, like, turn away a little bit. And I'm kind of like, why am I, like, locked on this chick so hard? I need to relax. Like, you know, like, pull back. Like, I was even, like, a little annoyed with myself. And, like, almost a little annoyed with her. Like, I was like, why are you bothering me so much? Like, you know, like, it was almost that intense, like, first day. But, like,
stop making me feel this way.
I'm like, I'm feeling things. Like, so... like, my friend is talking to his guy friend, and, they're just going on and on about some things. So I end up talking to, her for a little while. And, just because we're bored, I guess it, gets along to, like, kind of flirtatious banter, like, here and there. Mm-hmm. And another friend of mine...
She was dating this guy at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And another friend of mine was also at work, so she's also flirting with her. And I'm like, because that's just making me panic even more. And then, like, finally, like, my friend who's flirting with her just goes, I have a 67 Mustang.
Oh, shit.
And I was, she's like, wow, that's really nice. That's a really nice car. She goes, what do you have? Looking at me, and I go, I got a mouth. No lie. Like, that's how thirsty in the first hour of meeting this girl I was. And she just was floored. She was just, wow, yeah, okay.
Oh, 67 Mustang, real nice. I got a mouth.
Right, and I know.
You want to see what it does?
Right, I clearly could show you what it do. Like, it was clearly the level I was on that day. Obviously, that worked.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have been here now. But yeah, that was the fun start of us flirting a little bit, and then she broke up with that guy. Dated a couple days after that, but then we started dating maybe like.
So you were just like friends for a while.
Couple months after that, yeah, we were friends for like 7 months or so.
Oh shit!
Before we started like officially dating, yeah.
So what was?
Because we met in our sloot phase, so it was kind of like hard to be like, all right, I'm gonna cut off the sloot phase, like so young. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How? So when she was like dating other guys, were you giving her like just shitty advice? You're like, yeah, you should like bite his dick. I heard guys like that.
No. I would keep a lot of my jealousy in myself because I was doing ratchet stuff still too. So like it was kind of more just both of us going like, you still talking to that person? Yes. Are you? Yes. I think they suck. I think that person sucks. Okay, well, I'll talk to you about it later. Okay, good. Like,
I think you rule. I think you rule though too.
Right, it's like I still care about you. I care about you too. I'll see you later. Let's make out cool. Like that kind of stuff for a couple of months until we were just like, yeah, this is getting stupid. Like, like all these other people are just extra and fluff, and they're starting to catch feelings that we do not have for them. So I had to just leave the game.
So do you remember like your first date experience with her?
Let me see. I think we technically had 2 first dates that we talk about. Like,
okay, is there like no, this is our anniversary of our first date?
Yeah, we have. Well, we don't know the actual date of either of the first dates. We just know the date of when we were like, all right, we're done with all these other folks. We're exclusive now. Like, okay. So we keep that date, and we used that date for our engagement date and for our wedding date as well.
Okay.
So I don't have to, remember 16 dates. I think our first date was before we were dating, and we were just hanging out, and I just like went to her dorm room and watched like Across the Universe with her, and I know like a bunch of geeky stuff about the Beatles. Yeah. So I just nonstop talked for 2 hours about Beatles stuff because I was incredibly nervous while she's wearing like barely anything, and I refused to like look at or touch her and just keep naming facts off about this film.
I want to be fucking disrespectful, so you're just like, did you know John Lennon was born? It's like,
yeah, dude, I was mega awkward. I didn't know what to do. I like literally like got a kiss on the way out. I was that nervous. Like I'm like, all right, well that was fun. I'll see you later. Like that kind of deal. The second one was like when we finally were dating. We were like, we haven't really gone anywhere. Like after like a couple
hanging out at your dorm, hanging out at my dorm.
Right, and so we just went to the movies. But like, just it was a very like what's the word, frisky movie date.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was feeling some type of way during that date, I guess, and like was like pretty much like getting felt up at the bus stop waiting for the bus to pick us up.
God damn.
Yeah, I was like, can't wait, get on here. Hurry up.
Do you remember what movie it was?
No, I don't even remember at all what movie that was. Oh my god, this is probably like 2008 or 9 by now.
Yeah, dude, that's so long ago.
Yeah, I have no idea what movie that could have been.
Dude, I remember Across the Universe, everybody was obsessed with that movie, and I never watched it, and I refused to watch it, because everybody was, like, singing, like, the soundtrack to it, and I was like, these are just Beatles songs. Yes. Like, why don't you just listen to the Beatles?
That's how I felt when Moulin Rouge came out, like, even years before that. because it was just a bunch of covers of other people's songs already done.
Yeah.
So it was every time people would sing that, I would be like, but do you know the rest of the words? Educate yourself. You know, I was one of those music snobs when that was happening.
Fucking. Then Lady Marmalade comes in, and you're just like, fuck off.
Oh, I know.
Christina Aguilera.
I'm one of those like old people about music now, where somebody's just like, "Oh, I love this beat," and I'm like, "It's a sample." You know, I have to remind people of how many times it's been sampled and places it's been sampled.
Dude, whenever I hear there's one song that I'm always like, I always get tricked by the sample, is Regulators by Warren G and Nate Dogg. And whenever I hear the original song, I'm like, oh, Regulators, and then it's the original song, and I'm like, oh, this isn't fucking...
Oh, no.
Dude, that song fucking rules.
Warren G was tight. Like, I mean, you can say what you will. I like that mess.
Yeah, dude. So, since you've been together for so long, do you find it, like, do you have, like, date nights with your wife, or is it, like... You have to like make a special plan to be like, oh, okay, let's fucking go do this.
Well, I'm like one of those very like romantic Pisces kind of types.
Oh my god!
I know you hate that crap, so I had to throw it in and just get you right in the middle. I'm very romantic, so I'll plan dates, or I'll spontaneously like think it's something we should do like for fun or stuff like that.
What do you think is the best date that you've ever been on?
The best date we've ever been on?
Yeah.
I'm like a huge fan of mini golf.
Fuck
so like
yeah,
anything that
dude.
involves like mini golf, I'm down. I think one that we went on, I think it was either her birthday or mine, but we usually just take turns doing this same thing for our birthday, which is going to this place down where we live that has like 4 different mini golf like courses. I think there's like 4 or 6 of them or something like that, and then it has a go-kart track as well.
Is this that boomerang?
No, that's Boomers, I think. This is Camelot.
Camelot.
It's like a giant castle, like off the side of the freeway.
Oh, that's fucking
Yeah,
right.
and it's got like a really nice go-kart track that like we've learned all the like corners to now. So we'll buy like 2 tickets in a row to be on like 2 races, and we've learned all the different corners. So we're whipping these 12, 13-year-olds like in first and second place, and then just immediately getting in line again to do the same thing. So yeah, that was probably my favorite, just mini golf and go-karts.
Dude, I went go-karting recently, and they like yell at you if you whip. If you like,
are you guys in like the helmet, like hardcore ones? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, how fast we've been going in those, I think we should have helmets on. But the one I'm at, but they don't have helmets on us.
Yeah, I thought that the whole point of it was like to drift. Like we were drifting.
Okay, you were
like
whipping
real fucking hard.
It may be that these can't go that fast. Then.
Okay.
But yeah, there's this one corner on this one that all the kids want to like gun through, but you actually have to like brake a little bit to whip it. So I always catch up and whip around that turn on a bunch of kids.
Well, that's the one thing that like when I went to go-kart, like there's one turn that's like it's impossible not to drift on it unless
you slow down.
Yeah, it's like a U-turn. And then you have to like brake, and
they're kind of asking for it in a go-kart.
I know. That's what I was like.
Where else were you?
I was like, okay, I know this fucking game, and I fucking. You're
not in a Honda Civic. Like,
bro.
It just seems cruddy. Like,
yeah,
you should be able to drift. That's tight though. I haven't been on ones like that fast yet. I've been on just like rinky-dink ones at like the beach and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a K1, dude.
I need to get me some K1.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds tight.
This is like really weird because I never knew you as like a romantic. Like
yeah.
Like from what I know,
strong exterior.
Yeah, what I know of you is like, I only know you in like the comedy sense. And, like we hang out a bunch. Like you and your wife will like go to a diner afterwards, and like it's fun times, but I didn't know that you were such a sweetie.
Yeah.
Such an awkward sweetie.
Yeah, I'm really into that lady. So she gets a extra special side that most people do not see. But it's got some downfalls because like I'm a very creepy person too. Like,
really?
Really
What's
goofy.
What's the creepiest thing that you do?
Like just really goofy. Like I'll make up weird songs and like weird sounds and like repetitive noises, like weird shit out of nowhere. to the point where, like, I'll see her just having to be on her phone just lost, like, just disassociating from the room and all the noise that I've just made in it out of nowhere. Like, I do, like, ridiculously weird stuff. And so she has to put up with that. Because, like, we've gotten so close now, obviously, for how long it's been, that it's, like, she sees, like, sides of me that, like, my brother, like, my parents would have seen, like, real goofy stuff. Mm-hmm. So I feel bad for her in that regard.
What do you think is, like, the most embarrassing thing that you've done? Or, like, you have an example?
Honestly, the most embarrassing is forgetting to flush. That's probably just the worst thing. I think that's the most embarrassing. But no, like, I mean, just getting used to, like, all the creepy songs that I didn't realize, like, how much I talked to myself.
Oh, yeah?
Until I had, like, someone I had to live with that much. So, like, she was just watching me in the kitchen, like, here we go, cracking these eggs. You know, mix it up, get me some cheese in there. Bow, bow. You know, she's hearing all of that. It's just like, are you good? Like, you know, do you get enough socialization from me?
You're like, no, love me
like,
more.
Check on me. Like, I'm real chatty. I'm real fidgety. I'm just, like, that's, like, my ADHD. So I'm just...
Now I'm thinking about, like, shit, because I always do all that kind of shit. And now I'm like, oh, is that creepy?
I don't think it's that
I thought
creepy.
It was cute.
Like, as much as it's a style, because I'm like, she's not doing it, so yeah. I guess some people don't do it. Like, you know, I
guess some people are secure in themselves or whatever.
So the cool part's been like a couple times if I've gotten like a sick enough like random song and good enough beat, like she's joined in. Like, yeah, that's tight. I'm like hopped in on it. I'm like, now that's cool. Like I've created a cipher with my dumb songs.
I remember one time I was with a lady and I was singing a song about her, but like it was like just the start of it. So I was like, oh, it's blah blah blah. She is a woman. Yep.
That's how they are.
The girl went, wow, what an ode to me. Dude, and I laughed for like 20 minutes straight after that because I could not stop laughing about like.
Mine is mostly like me just finally stopping the song, turning over and looking at her, either trying to be on her phone or doing something else, and just going, sorry. And her just being like, that's okay. And she just continues to look at whatever she's doing.
My thing is like, I just stop singing and then I'll like turn to him and smile and wait for him to look at me and they'll be like,
oh yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yep. You get that? You get that song?
Did you get that?
You like it? You don't like it? That's one of our little inside jokes is we'll have done something so creepy, and if the other just like blankly stares or is like, no, we'll just be like, oh wait, you don't like it? You don't like it? And like just doing two different pitches for some reason like that became a dumb joke that we had. Wait, you don't like it? Oh, you don't like it? Because we thought it was just so funny how people run into those problems in like sensual or sexual situations where they try something and someone's like, nope.
Oh, dude. I've done so many things that people have been like, nope, and I'm like, okay, all right. All right, did not enjoy that one. Okay.
That was one of my favorite things about my wife was like when we were learning each other and stuff like that, she would be very direct. She would just be like, no. Like, just that flat. And I've always appreciated that because I'm more about knowing what not to do and stuff than just getting away with something. So,
no.
Yeah, it's always aggressive though. No. I get like one word commands like a dog. They're like, off. Don't.
Down.
No. I'm like, okay, yeah. All right.
Reading you loud and clear.
Yep, you know, I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you got to do.
So at this point, I feel like when I talk to you about like hooking up with dudes, you're like terrified of dicks at this point.
Yes, I've always been though. Like that was
but
always
you just
that
did
way.
It?
Oh yeah.
You like used to hook up with guys.
Yeah.
And you were terrified of?
No, well, there's like size queens nowadays who are just like, yeah, the bigger the better. I was the opposite of the spectrum, like always, which is why I was like, I probably kind of swing to one side more than the other, you know, like that was kind of the start of me realizing that. So I'm like, I'm not digging that part as much as everyone else is.
Give me a big clit.
I was like, no, like, you know, just the more average, the longer I'll be there with you. Like, was the kind of person I was with dudes. I was not about like just big size. Like, I've rejected people because of seeing the size finally, like last minute, and been like, nope,
Really?
There are things I will do.
How many people do you think that you saw their dick and you were like,
No, just two.
Just two?
Just two.
You're
the
like,
others,
nope.
I was like, nah, I can manage.
You're like, my spoon's too
like,
big.
I mean, what I got planned, what's on the menu for you will be okay. You know, with most folks, it's only happened like 2 times.
Well, I feel like that's actually a lot, like, from people that I've heard, they don't want a huge dick because it's...
Some of my friends do. They making me feel different. Like, they really are. There are some girls out there, and I'm like, good. Like, I'm proud of y'all. I love that they exist because y'all need somewhere to go. Like, and it ain't gonna be here. So,
it ain't gonna be here.
It ain't gonna be here.
That's the thing is I always like... So, I don't have a huge dick, all right? Listeners of the podcast, here's a little spoiler alert. I don't got a big old dong. But I always feel like women more want to have the experience just to brag about it, to be like, oh, he had a fucking big dick. But they don't actually enjoy it as much as like a regular dick.
I wonder. I'll have to ask these girls more, because...
Well, I mean, obviously there are outliers. There are people like, no, I can't feel shit unless it's a fucking hog.
Right, some are like, nah, like, I want that.
I want to get stretched.
I want to feel choked, you know? Like, I got homies like that. And I'm like, go, girl. Like, woof. No, I miss that. I don't, it scares me even processing what they're saying they want to have done.
Yeah.
Woo.
See, what I lack in, like, huge dickness, I've been told that I have a very... One girl in particular, and this stuck with me for, like, we didn't hook up many times. We hooked up probably, like, twice. But what she said about my dick stuck with me. She said, after the first time we had sex, she went, you have a very aesthetic cock.
Aesthetic. Oh, she went there.
And I was like, what does that even mean? And she was like... You just have, like, if you have, like, the picture in your head of a dick, that's like a yours. Good dick, there it is. Like, it's just...
I'm imagining just, you know, not too many veins, almost even color, you know? Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much.
I was like, huh. And then, like, that stuck with me. And then, like, later on, I hooked up with this girl, and I wrote a joke about this, too. She took off my pants, and she went, my, what a nice penis you have. Like, that is a direct fucking quote.
What a nice penis.
Right? Like, who fucking says that?
I think I would have said it post-coitus. Like the other like lady did. But hey, you know, like, she just honest. She just free. I can't knock her for it.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't...
Right. No.
I was happy about it. You know?
Right. You know, that's a compliment. It's tight. Like, you know? I imagine if I had a penis and I heard that it was aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Of all words. I was like,
aesthetic
girl.
Cock.
Like, she got like a 1,500 on them SATs. Like, she went there. Like, because just usually when I'm thinking like dirty talk and stuff like that, I'm using short words around here. So
yeah, like what? What's your dirty talk? You got to go to?
I don't really have like a go-to like that much anymore. Like, mine's just like aggressive.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just like take them off. Like, take that off. And, like, she's just kind of like, what? And I'm like, off, that. And she's like, I'm kind of like, I'm doing stuff right now, and like, I'll take them off. Like, I'm like, so who's taking them off, you or me? Like, I'm Boston aggressive about it when the time comes.
I wish that this was a video podcast because I wish people could see, like, how serious you are about, like,
that
off,
serious.
now,
off.
Take it off.
No, it's time. The time is now.
It's time.
Yep.
My buddy Josh, he used to do comedy. Mm-hmm. He had this fucking great joke that I love, and he was like this super Jewish dude, and he would do this bit where he's like, "I'm not good at." This is exactly how I talk too. I'm not good at dirty talk, but my girlfriend, she really likes it, okay? So I try, and I try to dirty talk with her, and I got one move. And this is what it is. I say, I'm gonna do the naughtiest things to you.
Woo.
And that served me well. And then one time, so I've been dating this girl for a while, and I was having sex with her, and I said, I'm gonna do the naughtiest things to you. And she said, oh yeah, like what?
Oh, crap.
And I was like, I just came. So nothing. I fucking love...
Not ready for a rebuttal.
I love that joke. I wish that guy still did like he quit comedy a while ago.
Oh, man.
He's so fucking funny, man. And just like his super, super Jewish, like... Oh, it's so good.
Oh, man. That's
So-
the worst. You get into a cornered position with your dirty talk.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I'm gonna fucking...
It's probably why I keep it so gangster.
Off now.
Yep.
You're not making any promises.
Lose the skirt.
Well, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm telling a lot of stories on this one, but like one time I was having sex with this girl and she would like dirty talk, and we were like dirty talking, but then like one time she went, punish me. Woo. And when she said that, I was like right about to come, so I just came on her and I went, there, you're punished. Like, it's over.
Oh, wow.
There, you're punished. That's your punishment. It's done.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, God, this is a gross podcast.
Yeah, this one got deep.
Okay, but before you met your wife and you were hooking up with dudes, right?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy hooking up with dudes, or was it like,
Yeah.
'cause I don't really enjoy this?
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, people are just like, I mean, did you just hate it? And I'm like, no, it wasn't that. It's definitely like feelings for where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I would be all over a dude who does that. And like, we're both like openly still like bisexual in thought.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll still like walk around to places and be like, that dude.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd be on him, but we have like completely different taste in dudes.
Really? What's
so
your
that's
taste in
the
dudes?
difference. Like, I've had people get real mad at me for my taste in dudes. Like, I I guess like it's like 6, like maybe 6 even, not maybe 5'11",
Mm-hmm.
about 200 pounds,
Okay.
maybe like 250 even. You could be pretty
250,
big.
that's
you could be
hefty.
a pretty big dude, and like, I don't know why glasses have to be there, but pop them on, and like a beard.
Okay.
And I just want to just lay on top of you like a Snorlax. Like, I'm about like that kind of dude. So I'll see those dudes we're out and just be like, yup. And my wife's like, oh, no. Because she likes the like scrawny, like tattoo, like alternative
Oh, okay.
skater looking kind of guys. And I'm
So
just
you're
like,
like-
I'll break them.
Well, are you like kind of like skinnier Jonah Hill? Like, could you
He
liken
could be
it to
bigger
like a...
Jonah Hill too.
Oh,
I could do
God.
both
Oh,
skinny
damn.
Jonah Hill and chunky Jonah Hill. I could do both.
Okay, so you like a beanbag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
You like
a
bears.
beanbag dude. Like, I like him to like completely overwhelm me. Like, that was my cup of tea. Like, I didn't get too many guys like that though back in the day. I was finding more athletic, lean dudes because they were more confident, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
in regards to getting that stuff done.
Oh, man. Ugh, them's the breaks.
I should have just been chasing them, snatching V cards off of those guys. I really should have, but.
Oh, you just fucking go to the computer science department
Yeah.
at University of Maryland.
Go into the pre-med department. Should have found me a husband. But no.
Have you and your wife ever talked about, like, have you, like, discussions about having a threesome, or is it just, like, you're just together now and it's not going to be a thing with anyone else?
Like, I mean, we're still doing so much experimenting, like, with each other.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I just feel like, I still feel like now I'm like, oh my God, I'm so inexperienced with penises that I just feel like I would be so lame.
It's been
like,
years.
you know, like I'd be like Tuesday at a strip club at 12, like in the afternoon. Like, I feel like I'd just be real dry because like the same motions just aren't necessary, you
Yeah.
know? Like, and so now like I feel like that's like a sprint trying to do that situation where I've been more doing kind of a cross-country deal, like, for a little while now. And so, like, I guess that's more where I guess you're hearing the hesitation about big penises now is just the intimidation of me being like, I am so unskilled.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it'd be incredibly boring for, like, a partner with a penis at this rate.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, you don't know about this anymore. Like,
what about a third lady? Or do you have
mean,
different tastes in ladies as well?
I think that would be the problem. I think we definitely have different tastes in ladies, but also, like, I don't even know if we'd be able to with another lady. I'd have to think about that. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm very specific now, I guess, like, about, like, the female, I guess now because of how long I've been with her. So, like, if it was a dude, I'd be like, oh, sure, that one looks good. Yeah. But, like, with a woman now, I guess, I don't know. I've gotten this, like, weird, like, idealist, like, shallow perspective, I guess, on who I'd pick now, just based off of her now, because we've been hanging out so long. So
it's like, why don't you don't have a twin?
Right. And I'm like, you don't have a sister? No, you do have a sister, but she don't look like you. Okay. Yeah. I was like, never mind. No, so yeah, like it just, I don't think so. I mean, we are still like experimenting a lot between the two of us, and then I feel like I would just be lame sauce right now, like to like a dude right now. Like you'd be like I look real pretty, but like I would not perform real pretty at all. I think in that situation.
Look, wait a minute. What have you never done this?
I know,
like, bro. It's been 12 years.
I know. I'm like, listen, like even like the very last one I got with, I didn't even get this way. You know, like I got like some mild salsa stuff. Like I didn't.
Yeah, I feel like you are in the most secure relationship of all the people that I know. Like, I don't know anyone that's been in a relationship as long as you have been.
We get that a lot. Yeah, we do hear that a lot. And we have to admit it's given us a little bit of, like, a bias. Because we'll hear from different folks when they're like, we've been together 2 years now, and we think we should get married. And we're like, okay, good luck. Because, like, the first 2 years that we were together, like, we couldn't find, like, shit to fight about. Yeah. Like, anything at all. But by year 3, like, obviously the veil dropped. Yeah. And, like, if anyone wanted to do something, we'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to do that shit, fight or not. Like, see you afterwards or not. Like, you know, like, those kinds of, you know, fights didn't break out for us till, like, year 3. So we're just like, if that's anywhere near the pattern, we feel really bad for folks who are starting marriages after year 2. Yeah. And then they're going to have, like, serious, like, veil-dropped fighting while trying to have a marriage or cohabitating or any of that mess. Because we're like, ooh.
Well, how long were you together before you got married?
We were together 10 years. We, we were, like, friends for 7 months. Then we dated for 7 years. And then we were engaged for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And then we got married on our 10-year anniversary. So, yeah.
That's so cute.
I do.
You're the cutest, Courtney. I love you and your wife. We're
mega lucky because we're looking around right now and, like, though we think dating is fun, it is incredibly hard. Like, we agree with you on that. There's just, like, not a lot of, like, there's weird combinations of, like, communication and, like, ends versus means, and, like, a lot of that stuff is very jumbled now. Like, so that part would be confusing. I mean, I guess if you know what you want out of it, then it's all good. But,
yeah. Ooh. Do you remember who proposed to who, and, like, what were the circumstances? What happened?
Yeah, like, when we started dating, she had asked me out. And so after, like, the years went on and, like, we were thinking about getting married, I was like, I want to propose because I never really saw myself getting proposed to. And, I mean, I think you see how I look, that I'd probably just be like, I mean, all right, thank you. You know, like, just real awkward.
Yeah,
like,
sure. All right.
You know, and she's just way more feminine, so I was like, let you have that moment, you know? So we went to the Dominican, like, on a vacation.
Oh, shit.
And, like, our anniversary fell on, like, the second day that we were there or something. Mm-hmm. So, like, I had gotten, like, a ring, like, a couple months before. And, like, day of, I hadn't, like, thought of, like, how I was going to propose. So I just had this chunky, like, ring box in my pocket, like, all day long, just sitting around, like, trying to cover it when we're, like, eating food places or, like, hanging out at the beach. And, like, because I had no idea when I was going to do it. And then, like, finally was like, all right, maybe I'll just do it on, like, the balcony of our hotel room, right? Mm-hmm. So I was just like, yeah, like, we should spend time on the balcony later tonight. And she was just like, okay, like, fine.
Whatever, nerd.
Right, you know, she's just like, I mean, we're in the Dominican, why should we spend time just, like, stuck inside on the outside thing? But, like, sure, you know? So, whole day, like, because I'm obviously building in nerves over the whole thing, I'm just like, so remember, I want to hang out on that balcony later. And she's like, seriously? She's like, what is it about this balcony? There's nothing on it. There's plastic chairs. I don't know what you... She's like, I'll go, but, like, seriously, enough with the balcony. I'm like, okay, yeah, my bad. And the reason she was this pissed is because I actually diverted her when we were on the flight there.
Uh-huh.
Like, we were in the seats next to each other, and she said, you know, one of my coworkers thought I was getting proposed to on this trip. And so I was like, oh shit, because I was trying to make it a surprise. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, why did she say that? And she was like, well, because it's our 7-year anniversary and we're, you know, going out of the country. And I just go, nope. And she just goes, you're an asshole, like, as loud as she can on the plane. So we were the most awkward couple for the flight there. But I just, you know, I wanted to divert her so I could surprise her. So she was just not thinking that was on the table anymore because of how shitty I was on the plane. So, like, finally we're out on this balcony, and we like cigars, so we had, like, a few out there, and, like, we started, you know, talking about, like, our relationship and stuff, and we do a lot of that here and there. We're very cutesy when alone and such. So she finally kind of said something about, like, investment, and I was kind of, like, on that note, and, like, kind of, like, said some stuff there, and
Funny
got
you bring
down. Pull out the ring, you know, I'm on one knee, and she's, like, ashing the cigar, and then turns back and sees, and just her eyes just are exploding out of her face. She didn't say yes until after I had stood up and, like, 2.5 minutes went by. She just kept saying, oh my God, are you serious? Like, multiple times. Then I guess the school teacher in her decided that she should high five me a bunch of times after that.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less than high fives from
just high fives. I had to say to her multiple times. I was like, we've had sex. You could hug me. You could give me a kiss if you wanted. Everything's cool. Doesn't have to just be a high five.
I feel like the suspense of, like, being on your knee with a ring and then just hearing oh my God for, like, even a minute straight.
Yeah.
You're like, is that a yes, oh my God, right, or like a no, oh my God?
I mean, I wasn't expecting a no, but I'm just kind of like, but where the hell is that yeah, bro? Like, where's that at?
Can I get up?
Right, like, I've been down here for a minute. It's a cement balcony. Like... No, yeah, but it went really nice. We went and got, like, a drink at one of the bars afterwards, like, to celebrate. But it was a good time, yeah.
That's awesome. I fucking hate those moments, though, when it's like you have to divert somebody. Like, it seems like every time that I'm about to, like, get somebody a present, I'm like, oh, like, I remember I was dating this girl and I was like, oh, I got a good present for you. And she's like, what is it? What is it? And I'm like, I'm not telling you.
Right.
Like, you know, wait until fucking Christmas or whatever. And then, like, the whole time leading up, she kept, like, trying to guess what it was.
Yes.
And then they guess it right. And you're just like...
You're like,
I remember I, like, yelled
no.
I, like, yelled at this girl one time. And I was just like... I was like, do you want me to fucking just tell you? Because I'll tell you. Or do you want to be surprised?
Right. I mean, what? Pick your poison.
Fucking... Dude. Like, that's always what happens, like, when I'm with if I'm watching a thing with a girl that I've already seen and they're just watching it for the first time and they start asking questions of, like, how it ends...
Oh, that's, like, a huge pet peeve of mine that my wife is a culprit of. I'll watch films with her and she'll just be like, so wait, is that person gonna be involved in that?
Is he the murderer?
Like, I'm like, I guess we should give it 25 minutes. Like, let's just let the plot unfold. Like, damn.
My thing is, like, if somebody's doing that, I'll be, like, watching the TV and then I'll look at them and I'll go, just point to the TV. They're like, so is that, like, is he the murderer? I'll just fucking point to the TV.
Is she gonna kill him? And I'm just
all of your answers, maybe. All of your questions will be answered.
It's gotten to that point where I'm like, maybe he's dead. You know, like, I don't even know what to say, but agree, disagree. I don't know what to do.
A good line that I pull out every once in a while is like, yeah, I don't really remember. It's been a while since I've seen this. Boom.
That's a good one that I've done.
But I fucking remember.
Or I've watched it literally the day before. And she'll be like, "What's gonna happen?" And I'll be like, "I don't know." It's another favorite because it's usually nothing good, and I'm saying like it's crazy exciting. I don't know because she's like crazy psychic. She called like that last murder in Gone Girl, where this like that slit throat scene. Like she called it. Like I try to like. When I'm showing her gory or darker stuff, I'll be like, okay, like, warn you, something's about to happen. You know, like, so she's not like, what the fuck? So, like, she's seeing this scene go down, and she just goes, oh my gosh, is she gonna slit his throat? And I'm just like, how is that your first guess? Like, that's where I was. I was like, pause. Why, when she's making out with a dude in the bed, in nightgown and all, you're just like, throat slit? Like, why? I was like worried about my own safety. I was like, why is that the first thing you both thought of? Like, I just couldn't do it. I was mortified.
I'm married to the Gone Girl.
Right? I was like, I gotta be careful. Like,
yeah, dude.
She knows what to do in intense sensual situations if she wants you taken out. She just knew what to do.
Oh, God. Okay. Do you remember the absolute worst date you've ever been on?
Yes, I do.
What happened?
I was dating this guy who I met through like a friend of mine in college. And we like, I don't know why I did this in the first place, like was with this guy. We were completely different speeds. Like, I mean, as you know, I'm like a smoker. Like this kid was straight edge. He was also like wanted to keep his V card until marriage. I'd been pretty experienced by then, but I didn't mind like having a break. And he like asked to go to the movies with me. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And we're at the movies because we hadn't really looked up what was out, and like nothing good is out. Like it's all garbage, right? And so I'm just like, I mean, we don't really have to watch it per se. So I'm like, you know, screw it. Let's just go see Happy Feet or something because we'll just talk through it or make out or something, you know, like something like that. And he's like, nah, that would be lame. Let's see 28 Weeks Later. I kid you not. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, let's go see that. It'll be good. So we're legit seeing this rage virus zombie movie, just screaming, blood, gore the whole time. I guess he thought like I was going to like jump and be fearful and like want to hold him or some mess. Yeah. But like, nah, I just was like, this is a lot. Like, and no one prepared to see a zombie film today. And like, I was just trying to hang out with you. Like, it was very awkward. We didn't talk the whole time. There was like no touching or anything. Then when the movie ended, like on the ride home, he wanted to argue with me about why college is not important, you know, because he didn't go and I was going at the time. And so we constantly somehow would get into arguments about why it was important versus why it wasn't. I wasn't there for it, like, you know, trying to say it was good or not good. Yeah. But it just kept coming up. So I was like, it was clearly like an area of insecurity for him. He came over to my house. We're playing Streets of Rage on like the Wii because that's my favorite jam.
Fucking awesome.
But this dude keeps just kicking me, like on purpose.
Like in real life kicking
No,
you?
in the game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Instead of friggin' kicking the bad guys so we can get the points up and move to the next level, he'd be like, jump kick me by mistake and like laugh about it or some shit. I'm like, dude, there's friendly fire in this game. Like, I'm about to die, like, because you're being ridiculous. And he just didn't care. And I'm like so into my video games. So I was like, are you just going to make me play this self-sabotaging bull mess like with you? Like, so I was just like, this day is crazy. Like, I was devastated that I had to keep playing with him. Finally, when I died, I was like, okay, good. You know, no continue. No thanks. I'm good. You know, just ran away from the game. I was like, let's try to like watch a movie. So like,
a double feature.
Yeah, like he's at my house in my basement. I'm like, you know, try something with this day. It's all gone crazy awkward to this point.
Yeah.
And so like I changed my outfit. You know, like
something a bit more comfortable.
You know, like almost, you know, wearing like, you know, the tube top shirty kind of thing and like some booty shorts or whatever. I was like, you know, you can look at all this. And like went downstairs to like, you know, watch a movie with the lights off the whole time. Will not touch me, will not look at me, will not talk to me. Like, I was trying to, like, lean over. You know, I even literally, he let me lay on his chest at one point, but because he would not hold me, I fell off. I fell off halfway through the film and then was just kind of like, you know what? Like, I'm actually really tired. Just kind of was like, I think you gotta go. I gotta go to bed.
Didn't even finish the movie?
Nope.
Do you remember what the second movie was?
No, it was something stupid on like HBO, like something
okay.
that was just playing at home. And then we got in a huge argument because the next day I played Streets of Rage with one of my friends, and he ended up staying over till like 4 a.m. because we play the right way. And then he wanted to have an argument with me about how I had a friend over crazy late. I'm like, well, you could have been there crazy late if you wanted to do anything at all. Like, jeez. So it was just awful. We did not last very long after that.
I can imagine it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last.
No. We were on completely different pages.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the last 2 questions I ask everybody on this show before we wrap this shit up. Number 1, who is a celebrity that you think would be in your league if they weren't a celebrity?
In my league if they weren't a celebrity? Ooh. Geez, that's a tough one.
I love this question.
I would almost want to say who I wish was in my league. So I could say like, hey, how you doing? Just in case.
Well, who do you wish would be in your league?
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick, okay.
Yeah, I think she's pretty. I like all those lines. Nice harsh lines.
I can see that.
Nice bone structure.
Well, I feel like she's kind of like the sharp features like your wife does.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
You kind of like mousy, I guess.
Yeah, almost. I say like I kind of like this Romanian mix is what it seems to be. It seems to be almost like Eastern Europe, like a little farther east, because it's like light eyes, dark hair, and can tan, like kind of an olive tan kind of look. So I'm like, that's kind of Romanian, I think, is what it ends up being. I don't think Anna Kendrick can tan, but I just think she looked pretty. She pretty. But let's see, maybe who like
a fucking race car going on by those.
I don't know who would be in my league. I find myself to be below most celebrities' leagues. Is the reason I can't find anyone to name.
See, the one that I always go to is I think that if Chloe Grace Moretz wasn't a celebrity, I'm like that. I would totally.
Then her ex Brooklyn Beckham. I could have totally got him. Congratulations on your engagement. This is David Beckham. David Beckham, the soccer player, and Victoria Beckham from the Spice Girls. That's their first son.
Brooklyn Beckham? I gotta look this guy up. Yeah. I don't know what this person looks like.
I could probably get Brooklyn Beckham. He got that cute, like, baby face. And...
Let me see. Fucking work. Keyboard. There we go. Brooklyn Beckham. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I could see this.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
Yeah, all right.
But, then I guess Jonah Hill. Yeah, I'll get that.
Jonah Hill, okay.
There you go.
There we go.
Finally get me some of that meaty Jonah.
Meaty Jonah. All right. And before we wrap this bad bitch up, last question. What's one piece of advice that you give everybody listening about dating?
One bit of advice that you give people. When you're looking for, if you're looking for a partner, keep your eyes wide open. And then when you really think you found that person and they're really, really good, then keep your eyes half shut.
That's awesome.
Don't overanalyze after that. Just let them be human. Don't make them be perfect. Don't make them do everything perfectly.
Hell yeah. All right, Courtney, that's awesome. Do you you want a Instagram plug or anything, or do you have any shows coming up?
Dead. Yeah, I mean, no shows.
Anything you're working on?
No, I've been just.
I mean, I know it's
acting
coronavirus
gigs here and there, right?
Yeah.
So, not right now. I mean, me and my wife are working on a chick flick, kind of comedy screenplay.
Hell yeah.
We've been playing with for a couple of years now, and we finally finished writing all the different bits because we decided we were going to go bits first, script after. So we finally finished all the bits a couple months ago. So
fuck yeah.
Can finally start putting it together.
Congratulations. That's awesome. All right, Courtney, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
There you have it, everybody. That was my chat with Courtney. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Thanks for listening. If you need more information about the show, you can go to datingishardcomedy.com, follow the Instagram at datingishardcomedy, and you can follow me on Instagram at Joe Welkie. If you could please subscribe, rate, or review, give this bad boy 5 stars. Trying to get to 100. Trying to get to 100 reviews. That'd be awesome. I would really appreciate it. And just a general thank you for listening to the show. I really appreciate it. If you want to write into the show, You can email datingishardcomedy@gmail. You can go to the website. There's a contact page on there. And just fill that bad boy out. And, I'll get back to you ASAP. And thanks a lot for listening, guys. And until next time, later.